Hello, everybody. My name is Charles Jones, as known as the King of Southern Soul, Sir Charles Jones, the artist. And today I'm taking some time out of my musical studio, as you can see, to address some issues that happened this Friday, June 25th, 2010, in Jackson, Tennessee. And a lot of things have been going around, a lot of, to me, first of all, misunderstandings and a lot of lies been spreaded. And I'm here in the flesh to tell you, all my fans, that everything that happened was totally untrue, and I'm going to explain from the beginning of how everything happened and everything. Okay, the issue is about the fact that I done a show for a concert promoter, and I'm not going to call any names of the concert promoters. Here is the contracts that they signed. I'm not going to call their names because, for one, I'm a professional artist, and I'm not here to slander their names or hurt their businesses like they slandered my name and hurt my business. But I do owe it to my true and loyal fans in Jackson, Tennessee. I've been coming there to Jackson, Tennessee for 12 years with loyal service, doing beautiful concerts, wonderful fans there. And I owe this to you to at least talk about this and let you guys know the truth, because what they said about me was totally untrue. Okay, we done a contract, I'll say with a female. I'm not going to call her name. And we done a contract to come do the concert there in Jackson, Tennessee. Okay, we arrived in Jackson, Tennessee, I would say roughly about 11 o'clock that early morning afternoon. Okay, by that time, a guy approached us and pulled up in the parking lot of the hotel as we was waiting to check in. And when he got out the car, he asked to speak to me and my road manager. And he just started going off and saying that he's disappointed in the services that we provided, that we didn't do the things that we supposed to have done to obligate the contract, and he feels that that's wrong of us because he's not having a successful show right now. So first of all, my road manager asked him to sit down and explain himself of who he was. We wanted to know who he was, first of all, because we'd done the contract with a lady. So we didn't know who this guy was. So all of a sudden, instead of the guy sitting down with us and mediating and communicating with us, he started flying off the handle about I'm no country bumpkins, and I know you think we got country dudes mixed up. First of all, let me tell you, and you're going to see this interview, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. It don't get no more countryer than me. So all of that stuff, that how he flew off about that, instead of let's get into the source of the problem. And so he then finally introduced himself to say that he was a third party, a partner with the girl, and his money was involved in that. So therefore, that even though I didn't have to, that made me feel liable to sit down and explain to him and ask him what did he feel that I didn't do, because I couldn't speak for any other artists. What did I not do? And he spoke about the interviews and everything, so we let him know that we talked to the radio station owner, which is a lady named Kim. I think I was the only one, my brother, that done interviews for this show and promoted the show. And at least about 1,100 people that were in there were there to see Sir Charles Jones. That's why this is so disappointing to me. So by that time, he left and, said a couple of little threatening statements about, still going off into you think we country guys and this and everything, and we'll do this to y'all and do that to y'all. So we kind of blew it off because I had my whole family and crew down there and wasn't really looking for no trouble. So by then, we called the lady, which was the original promoter on the contract, along with the guy, and asked her, to explain, who he was and let her know what happened. And she told us not to worry about him, not to worry about that he wasn't running nothing. And she would go down right now and talk to him and calm him down and ask him, don't come nowhere near us. And I set the lady down, and I swear to God, to my loyal fans, I set this lady down and asked her every possible question that I could ask. I asked her, was the ticket sales bad? Did she need any help? Was any backline not provided or anything? Let me know right now so I know how to prepare myself, because I have a crew to pay. And I was willing to even, if the show was doing bad, to take a pay cut, not to upset my fans and still be able to do a show. And she guaranteed my road manager, that everything was fine. Ticket sales wasn't doing bad, and she had all of the artists' money, including mine. So we left that alone. So by that time, some of the other artists like Jay Blackfoot, Sheba Potts Wrights, arrived at the hotel, and we all sat down and mediated about this and discussed what had happened. So by that time, everybody went on down to the Civic Center, because our artists know that the money is threatened when you get promoters to start talking to you like that. So they went down, and by that time, I stayed at the hotel, and the show had started. And one of the first acts went on. And so by that time, we started feeling the fact that something was totally wrong. So I asked my road manager to go down to the Civic Center. And when he went to the Civic Center, he gave me a call back, I would say, in about 20 minutes. And he was telling me on the phone that he was trying to talk to the girl, and she kept, blowing him off and running away from him and not want to talk and making excuses about paying us. So by that time, he was looking at me and said, bro, I think we ain't going to work tonight, but you might want to come down here to the Civic Center and at least get on the microphone and explain to the fans that you showed up in your right mind. You showed up and you don't want to disappoint the fans, and let them know that the reason why I'm not performing tonight is because we have not gotten paid. So by that time, I got into the vans, me and my band. We came down to the Civic Center. By the time we came to the Civic Center, it was, I would think, what was it, about like 3 or 4 policemen were there inside of the building, and they wanted to check. They said their reason to be there is because the guy promoter called the cops and said that my security guards were armed and had firearms on them. Okay, first of all, let me let you know to my fans that everywhere I go, I'm an entertainer, I'm an artist, I have a professional security that are licensed guys to carry and tote firearms. Most of the guys in our band, I got 2 guys in my band that are policemen for the Canton City Police Department. So everything is totally legit with what I do. So I travel the world, so I do have security guards that are licensed to carry firearms. So by that time, the police checked all of my security. They pulled out their credentials, their identification, their federal arms license, and it was approved by the police that nothing was wrong, and I had a professional crew of security guys that were legitimate. So by that time, the police was in the middle, and the guy promoter came back, and he was filthy angry because he wanted us removed from the building. And the policeman was trying to tell him and calm him down that you can't really remove me from the building, and on one half, and on another half, you can have surcharge removed from the building. But at that time, I was still trying to calm the guy promoter down and tell him that I understand that you don't have my money, so let's cut all of the ego stuff out and all of the crazy stuff that you're talking, and calm down. Just let me go on the stage and explain to my fans that I didn't get paid, and that's the reason why I can't perform tonight, but I am here for my loyal fans. I've been working in Jackson, Tennessee for over 11 years now, and I've got wonderful fans there. I got loyal fans there. They love me there. The whole state of Tennessee has been so good to me all the way from Memphis on down, and this is the reason why I really want to entertain to do this interview, because it's not right, and I owe my fans the truth about this. So by that time, I agreed that we would pull away and go home, and the cops shook my hand, and all of the policemen, I have their information. I have a lot of fan letters from my Facebook and tag pages of people explaining to me what happened, and we have talked about it, and they were very upset about it, and glad that they got the truth, and I want the rest of the whole world to know the truth about that. And by that time, the promoter said a couple of threats to us that if we went back to the hotel, that he was going to have him and his crew to come over and shoot us and kick you this and kick you that and stuff. And by that time, the cops took him to the side. As I was leaving out, I heard the guy go on to the stage and tell the audience that Sir Charles Jones is not going to perform tonight because he said the money that we got is only worth 20 minutes, and he's not going to sit there and do nothing but maybe 10 to 20 minutes for the audience because ain't nobody here no way, and he don't like them. And what kills me the most is he has told all of my loyal fans that I was high in the backstage on crack cocaine and snorting cocaine. As God is my witness, and I wish I had a Bible, and I really don't have to entertain it, but I want to tell y'all this, but God knows in the sky if you're lying or if you tell the truth. I have never been a drug user ever in my life. Nobody inside of my crew has ever been a drug user ever in their lives. We were not high. We were backstage, prepared, ready to work, but he had a different story and everything about that to have us removed from the building, and he went up there and slandered my name like that and hurt my career, and still to this day I'm getting phone calls and tons of calls in from a lot of my promoter friends, a lot of fans all around the world telling me that this guy is on the phone calling everywhere he can around the world to tell everybody that I was high on crack cocaine and not to book me on shows. But as God is my witness to my loving and loyal fans, I was not high. I do not do drugs. I could take a drug test right now and pass it with 100% accuracy. I want to put an end to this right now to say that I love you to all my loyal fans all around the world, not alone just Tennessee. And I'm going to get on the radio in the morning with the Jackson, Tennessee radio stations, me and my attorneys, and we're going to, if we have to pay for it out of our pockets, because as you can see, I'm not hurting for no money. If I have to pay for it out of my pockets to show my fans to be able to talk on the radio, and I'll take calls from anybody that want to talk about this, anything you want to say to me, anybody want to write me fan mail, you can go to my tag page on the Sir Charles Jones. You can go to Charles Jones on the Facebook and talk to me anytime you want to. I'm in my right mind. I love you. God bless you to my loyal fans, and I hope this issue will be resolved, and I hope my fans still show and continue to show love for Sir Charles Jones. If there's anything that's going wrong with communication between me and my fans, I'll always be there. God bless y'all, and thank you.